The training mats inside Titan Combat School always smelled like a mixture of sweat, stubborn ambition, and the echo of too many egos. It was the kind of place where every fighter walked in pretending they didn't have anything to prove, even though every one of them absolutely did. On a late Tuesday afternoon, when the sun was pouring through the windows in long orange stripes, the quiet hum inside the gym shifted. Because that afternoon, a new woman stepped in. Her name was Avery Cole, lean, calm, with shoulders that looked sculpted more by discipline than vanity. She carried no gym bag, no flashiness, no loud introduction. She simply walked to the sign-in desk, nodded at the receptionist, and stepped into the mat area like she belonged there. Most people didn't recognize her. Most people didn't even look twice, except for the ones who judged too quickly. Those ones would regret it. Because what none of them knew, not the boxers by the ring, not the wrestlers taping their ankles, and especially not the arrogant sparring group stretching near the center, was that Avery wasn't just another woman trying a martial arts class. She was a U.S. Navy SEAL, one of the rare few women who had earned the trident after years of brutal attempts from many who failed. But Avery didn't walk around bragging. Her entire presence whispered strength quietly, the way steel whispers under moonlight. And yet, the moment she stepped onto the mat, a group of 3 regulars, Chase Parker, Logan Briggs, and their loudmouthed Shadow Rider West, noticed her arrival like predators spotting a lone deer. They were the kind of fighters who were good, but not good enough to be truly humble. The ones who wanted to feel superior to somebody, anybody. They didn't know who Avery was. They just saw someone new, someone small, someone female, someone they thought would be easy to dominate. Coach Marcus Hale, a former Marine with a bald head and a scar slicing his eyebrow, blew the whistle to gather everyone. Mixed sparring today, he announced. Groans erupted. Nobody liked mixed sparring because it forced the tough guys to control themselves and forced the timid ones to stop hiding. Avery stood quietly in the back, hands behind her. She wasn't timid. She was simply evaluating. Always evaluating. Marcus scanned the room, his gaze landing on the cocky trio whispering among themselves. Avery, the coach said, surprising her with how quickly he had memorized her name. You'll pair with Chase for the first round. Chase grinned, spinning his mouthguard like a trophy. Chase was big, 6'1", built like someone who lifted more for aesthetics than strength, but still intimidating to most beginners. Avery nodded once, stepping onto the mat. The gym lights reflected off the sweat already forming on Chase's forehead. Don't worry, he smirked. I'll go easy on you. Avery smiled politely. I'd appreciate that, she said. But Chase didn't hear the subtle confidence in her tone. He only heard what his ego wanted to hear. The whistle blew. Chase charged forward, immediately grabbing for her wrist like he wanted to control her quickly. Avery pivoted, redirecting the pressure as easily as if she were moving a chair. Chase stumbled but recovered, embarrassed. His friends laughed. Avery didn't react. She simply reset her stance, calm and precise. The second time Chase lunged, he tried something dirtier, a half-legal clinch that he tightened around her neck, going for a quick choke. Marcus shouted, "Ease it, Chase." But Chase didn't. He squeezed harder. Avery felt the pressure, but didn't panic. She had been through far worse. Cold ocean drown-proofing tests, blackout-inducing combat holds, instructors screaming inches from her face while she held her breath underwater. Compared to that, Chase was a child throwing a tantrum. Still, she didn't want to embarrass him. Not yet. Loosen your grip, she warned softly. Chase smirked, tightening more, trying to show off. And then, behind her calm eyes, something shifted. Something controlled. Something powerful. Something SEAL-trained. She exhaled and ended the round herself. Avery dropped her weight, trapped Chase's arm, and flipped him clean over her shoulder. The entire gym went silent as his back crashed onto the mat with a slap, so loud even the boxers in the ring paused mid-combination. Chase gasped for air, staring at the ceiling, his ego cracked in half. Avery stepped back. "Are you okay?" she asked, offering a hand. Chase slapped it away. Logan and Ryder rushed over, shoving Avery backward. "You think you're tough?" Logan barked. "You don't slam people like that." Ryder added, chest puffed. Marcus walked over, angry. Back off. All of you. But the boys didn't listen. Pride had replaced logic. Logan shoved Avery again. This time, she didn't move backward. She didn't even sway. Ryder circled her like a hyena. Who do you think you are? He sneered. Avery's eyes narrowed. Not in anger, but in a cold, measured disappointment reserved for people who push too far. You don't want to do this, she said quietly. Logan laughed. Lady, I'll choke you out in 10 seconds. She's scared, Ryder mocked. Look at her. Avery breathed slowly, her inner voice calm. She wasn't scared, not even close. She was calculating the safest takedown options, the angles of the room, the coach's distance, the witnesses. But that's when Chase, still furious from the throw, grabbed her from behind, locking his arm around her throat. A rear naked choke. Too tight, too sudden, too aggressive. Marcus shouted, sprinting across the mat. But Chase lifted Avery off the ground in the choke before Marcus could reach them. The gym erupted. Logan cheered. Ryder yelled, "Put her out." Avery's vision tunneled for a second. Not from lack of air, but from memory. Cold water. Blacking out. An instructor whispering, "Don't forget who you are." The words echoed. Something inside her finally snapped. Not emotionally, but with crisp, controlled precision. Her training surfaced like a rising wave, the kind that destroyed anything in its path. Avery tucked her chin, slid her hips sideways, and clamped her hand on Chase's choking arm. With a torque so fast the spectators didn't even catch the transition, she spun out of the choke, trapped his wrist, and wrenched him into a joint lock that sent him face down to the mat, screaming. Logan charged. She swept his leg, dropping him flat. Ryder grabbed for her shoulder. She shifted, elbowed his ribs, and tossed him over her hip like a sandbag. 3 boys, all down in under 4 seconds. The mess hall-level silence inside the gym was unreal. Everyone froze. Even Marcus. Chase groaned on the floor, clutching his arm. Logan didn't dare get up. Ryder crawled backward, wide-eyed. Avery stood tall, breath steady, eyes sharp. She didn't gloat. She didn't smirk. She simply looked at them like a disappointed instructor observing poor decisions. Chase tried standing again, pointing a shaking finger at her. What are you?" Avery stared at him. Her voice was low, firm, unshakable. "Don't forget who I am." Marcus swallowed. "Avery, it's fine, coach," she said. They escalated. "I ended it safely." Logan muttered, "Safely? You almost broke his arm." She raised a hand, and he stopped instantly. Not because she threatened him, but because he felt something, authority, control, combat-tested calm, the kind only elite warriors carried. Marcus finally asked, "Avery, what's your background?" She took a breath. "United States Navy," she answered. "Special warfare." The room went dead silent. Chase's mouth dropped open. Logan blinked like he'd just processed a punch. Ryder whispered, "No way." Marcus straightened. You're a SEAL?" Avery never bragged, never had a need to. But today, honesty mattered. "Yes," she said simply. "Retired last year." The gym looked at her with new eyes. Respect replaced arrogance. Fear replaced ego. And shame washed over the 3 who had choked her minutes earlier. Marcus made the trio stand. "You owe her an apology," he ordered. None argued. Chase stepped forward first, eyes lowered, pride shattered. I'm sorry," he muttered. His voice cracked. Avery nodded. "Thank you. Don't choke someone full force in sparring. You can seriously injure them." Logan swallowed. "I'm sorry too. I didn't know." "Now you do," she replied. Ryder stepped forward last, whispering, "Sorry for everything." Avery's expression softened. She wasn't there to humiliate them. She was there to teach, whether she planned to or not. Marcus turned to the class. "Let this be a reminder. Skill has nothing to do with gender, and respect is not optional." For the rest of the session, everyone trained differently. More focused, more disciplined. Avery helped Chase fix his stance. She corrected Logan's footwork. She showed Ryder how to escape a choke safely instead of using raw force. By the time class ended, the atmosphere had transformed. No more arrogance, no more mockery, just unity and a better understanding of what true strength looked like. As Avery grabbed her water bottle and headed toward the exit, Marcus stopped her. "I hope you come back tomorrow," he said. "The team needs someone like you." Avery smiled, subtle but genuine. "I'll be here." Before stepping outside, she glanced back at the class. Every one of them standing a little straighter, a little humbler. And then she added one more line. Not as a SEAL, not as a fighter, but as someone who understood the power of presence. And don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel Grow for Justice. If you're watching this, tell me where you're tuning in from. I'd love to know. With that, Avery walked out, leaving behind a room full of people who would never underestimate a quiet warrior again. And the memory of that day, the day someone said, "Don't forget who I am," and proved it, would remain legendary inside Titan Combat School for years to come.